There's a certain type of man a woman has a really hard time forgetting. And it has nothing to do with the lifestyle he provided or the six pack he had. What really leaves a lasting imprint on a woman is how you made her feel on an energetic level that has left an imprint so significant that on some level she's craving it within any other guy she sees. And that is the greatest gift any single man can offer a woman, is how can you make a permanent difference within her nervous system to trust and open to men. Now, most women have been hurt by men, and probably vice versa for the men today who have been hurt by women. And it takes a special someone to kind of allow our guards to come down, and for especially a woman's heart to remain open to you, even after the breakup. And I think that's where a lot of men get wrong. A lot of people end relationships on this sour note. And I think for the men who are watching today's video, if you actually want to be the man she can't forget, don't allow that to happen. Have enough maturity within yourself to show that woman you can handle even the most painful of things. It's not to say that you're pushing down your emotions or you're pushing down your feelings, but some relationships have had to end for you guys to actually grow as individuals. But when we're clinging on to what that person did wrong or how they treated us, and we villainize the person we have fell in love with, and it takes away all the time spent and puts, like I said, that sour note in your mouth. And we both know that relationships come with ups and they come with downs. But it's the men who actually move in a way that is respectful to the woman, but more importantly, respectful to yourself. This does not look like that man going on social media and showcasing him at clubs and at parties the day after the breakup. It doesn't look like you setting up date after date just to fill maybe a void within yourself. It needs to be filled by you. And this is the energy I'm talking about, men. Women will be drawn to your self-improvement, whether you're with her or you're not with her. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, women want to be with a man who has a foundation of trust within himself, purpose, motivation, discipline, encouragement, positive reassurance that actually allows us to look up to you. And even if you guys have broken up or she's no longer in your life, women think about the men who, like I said, has made her feel something that is not comparable to the other men she's either seeing now or has been with. Because women remember a man in emotion. And this can look like, how safe did she feel around you? What things did you do for her that maybe made you stand out amongst the rest? Even as simple as you always made sure to open her door for her. You made her feel cherished and desired. But you were also not afraid to challenge her spiritually on some level for your guys' evolution. And some people come into our lives just to help us evolve. And it's the type of men who showcase their masculine strengths in the relationship from beginning to end that will never allow us to perceive you in a way that could be fit for that villain character sometimes we like to place people. So really what I'm getting at, men, if you want to become the man a woman will never forget, don't allow yourself to be forgettable. Don't just meet her at the bare minimum in the relationship, but now outside of that relationship, don't meet yourself in the bare minimum. Don't do things that are just out of avoidance to what you know you need to work on. Because it's the men who have a mission outside of himself, a purpose that gives him life on a reoccurring basis, that makes him stand out in the most confident of ways, because he's actually living a life that outside of just women, he actually really enjoys. So he could be doing things just by himself, but he enjoys his presence. He's not sending that woman unnecessary energy because he understands the moment he does that, he will be controlled by her. It's a man who does not decide to be controlled by the outside things in his life. He takes responsibility and he actually moves in a way that will always better him no matter what comes across his path. Whether it's a job loss, whether it's a breakup, whether it's just something that happened that caused a level of discomfort, he will not allow himself to sulk in the discomfort and form an identity around that energy to be consumed by him. He breaks it by the pattern and the repetition of doing better day in, day out. A woman will have a really easy time getting over a man who was lustful in the relationship. where she always felt on edge or unsafe or something wasn't right. Because there are men out there that would never allow these things to even enter the relationship because they know better. And that's why the most mature men are usually the most attractive. And maturity doesn't happen with age. It happens when you make the decision to take responsibility of your life and show up with kindness that comes from a genuine interest in a person that isn't just put on for show or just to get validation or attention or to be in a relationship. It's a part of your character. You have morals, and you actually have that moral compass that guides you in life, even in the hardest of moments. And that's a man who understands that his light comes from within, and it can't be turned on by another person. Because if a person can turn on your light, they can also turn off your light. And that's a scary position for any single person to be in, is you feeling powerless. It's the man who has reclaimed his power by choice, and he moves accordingly. He improves himself on a day-to-day basis. And that's not to say you're gonna have hard days. We all have hard days, but you don't allow those days to consume you because you're a man who understands the importance of action. And it's the man in the relationships who showed a woman positive action through how he treats her, how he speaks to her, how he handles the hard, challenging things that come up. These are the types of men that women have a really hard time letting go of because he's rare. And if you want to be a rare man, you have to stand out and stand up for yourself outside of any relationship and do things for your best interest. And by doing that, you're serving the greater good. That's all it takes. And women will remember this. So if you guys liked today's video, it assisted you, and you want any further assistance, I do offer one-on-one coaching services. So my coaching email will be right here as well as linked down below. So please feel free to reach out to me. And without further ado, give this video a like, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next one.